Hey guys, mowers and blowers again. So as you guys know, I'm working on this John Deere project. I was waiting for an ignition switch, new carburetor, and a new Magneto. So it did take a long time because the holidays, you know, mail didn't deliver. New carburetor. It's a Chinese copy. This choke is spring-loaded. However, the throttle butterfly is not. See how it goes. This one was a pretty good deal. It's $21. Came with a gasket, new fuel line, and a fuel filter. The Magneto was only $10. Looks pretty good. My ignition switch. This is about 17, 16. Hopefully this is going to work because I did check for sure this time, and it's starter, Magneto, L is for lights, G is for ground, and B is for battery. 5-prong. According to the schematics for John Deere, those are identical to the switch that is busted. So I'm going to put the switch on, then the Magneto, then the carburetor, and then the battery, and maybe we could try to crank it and see. New switch was easy to put in, just plug it in. I'm not going to put it on there yet because I don't know 100% if it works yet, so I'm just going to plug it in and give it a try. So as you guys know, Magneto, to do the spacing, you got to put a business card in between. You have to get it as close to the magnet as possible without it actually touching. So it's on there pretty tight. I'm just going to rotate this, take the card back out, but you see, it's pretty tight. But that thousandths of whatever the measurement is going to be good enough to make sure that it doesn't touch, and at the same time create the electromagnetic signal to the coil. So I'll stick that onto the spark plug. Okay, so the Magneto's on, and plugged it onto the spark plug. Carburetor's in there, nice and tight. I'm going to connect the safety switch, which is for the seat and all that other jazz, you know. And also shut it off. That's a little loose, but we'll see if it works, and I'll just tighten it up later. There's some ground wires here that I think I might have to connect to the cowling, but I didn't want to put the cowling on until I knew it started, so we'll see. Install the battery, and I guess all we have to do is just give this a try. I don't think it'll work because I think it has something to do with the ground over here. This is not connected to the cowling thing. I think it has something to do with ground right there. See? So I might have to connect this to get it to work, or should I just try it? I don't want to burn something out again, you know. So I'm just going to balance that there and give it a try. I'm a little scared, to be honest with you, but we'll see what happens. I've got nothing, guys. I'm turning it. I mean, it's not catching on fire, which is a good thing, but no click, nothing. Alright, and the plot thickens. Hey guys, mowers and blowers here again. Finally a break in the weather. We've had below 20 degrees in the past week or so after that snowstorm. It's finally over 32, so it's kind of thawing out. So finally I had a chance to work on the good old John Deere Stx46. As you guys know, I got it for $65, but I've spent probably 100 or close to 100 getting a new battery, new Magneto, new carburetor, a couple of ignition switches because I didn't have the right one, filled up a tire with foam filler, and I think that was just about it. Oh, you know, I did take the deck off and paint it a little bit, and oh, I got a new deck belt, so that's on there. And so today I actually hooked up everything, and the ignition switch actually didn't work, and so I think there was a problem with the brake safety switch. And listen, man, I mean, I don't want to mess around with all that electrical stuff. It scares me. So I basically just used a multimeter and tested which one of these things gives out power, attached a wire straight to the solenoid, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna start. I put some gas in there just to test. The valve is open, so fuel should be flowing into the new carb. It's new carb, right? So I'm gonna give this a try for the first time. There we go. Keep your fingers crossed. Safety switch is still working. Wow. Even idle works good. Wow, nice. That's fantastic, man. Guess I'm gonna have to work on the PTO now. I just pulled that thing and it didn't work, so gonna have to jig that too, you know, because I bypassed some of those things. I think the PTO is probably attached to it too. So I just pulled it before. It feels a little hinky, so I don't know. If the switch still works, I'll just hook up a wire directly to the switch just to activate it. Let's see what happens. But yeah, man. Oh, and $5 for yellow duct tape. Yeah. So yeah. So total, I spent maybe $150 total. You know, $65 plus all the other stuff to make $150. I also, this thing was all cracked up, so I hot glued it with a hot glue gun, then reinforced it with some plastic and silicone. You know, plastic, I guess it's a sheet of plastic, you know, from like a old toolbox and stuff, you know, and then put silicone behind it, and that will hold it, you know. There was some cracks there too that I had to kind of glue. These things were off the track, so I, you know, re-screwed them with some adapters. And hey, as long as I'm not driving with this thing off or on, man, you know, it'll stay on there. Man, doesn't that look good? It while I was fiddling around with this stuff, there was a wire in there, that yellow wire with the black with the connector. People tell me that it's for the lights, but I mean, this is not even designed to have lights, you know. But I guess it's the stock wiring harness for most of their chassis, so I guess you just don't use it. But you know, anyway, what do you guys think, man? I mean, you remember when I got this, there's not an ounce of rust on it. I mean, obviously, there's a reason why people buy John Deere's. I mean, they're obviously made really well. Yeah. I can't keep this, unfortunately, because the deck is a 46-inch, and the gates that go to my backyard, they're only like a total of, I think this whole thing, the total is 51 or something like that, and my gate is only like 42, so I'm not going to be able to fit this through there. That's okay. Maybe I'll just use it for the front. But I'll probably sell it, you know, in the spring. It's a shame because I always wanted a John Deere. I wanted to keep it too, but you know, I've got that to work on now. That's the free one I got. I only have 2 more snow blowers to sell. I sold 3 last week. This big one's mine. Yard bug over there. That one. I will sell that one too. This one runs good. Oh, my Forrest Gump, yeah. Anyway, man, so this is the conclusion of the project for the John Deere Stx46. For $65 is what I picked it for. Spent about another 80 bucks to have a grand total of about 150 bucks. So 150 bucks for it, man. Runs. Hopefully it mows. Looks great. I'll probably ask 800 for it, maybe. Somewhere around there. Anyway, man, see you guys later. Okay, so I decided to just try it again. Next time on Mowers and Blowers.